Hello again. Alright, so we're back. Now, this time we're going to go through a bunch of different tanks. Just to do a little bit of a refresh. So, first we did sub-ohms. Sub-ohm is tanks that go under 1.0 ohms. And now we can do RDAs. RDAs are just little tanks, pretty much. There's no glass or nothing like that, and these are the ones that you build on. You drip your juice right in there, have the most flavor, and you know, they're all around the best. These are more for your professional hobbyist style vapors. We have I believe, what company was this? I forgot. But this is the Jackaroo Mini. It's an all internal mod, meaning you don't take the batteries out of this or nothing. You charge it right through the front, which you should never do with removable battery mod. This is the deck. So you build your coils in there. Your gold is positive. Your white's negative. You'll run your cotton through. Have it, you know, just kind of tucked up under there into the cup. And what happens is, when you got it all right, your top cap goes on. Now it's fully put together. And then you can just drip your juice right in there. You do about 10 drops, vape 5 to 6 times, or 10, it just all depends. And you drip some more juice in there, about 8 drips. Yeah. It's very, very flavorful, because the less space that you have away from your coals, the more flavor you get. So these are your flavor bangers, is what I call them. There's also, I mean, bunches and bunches of different styled RDAs. Rebuildable, dripping, atomizer. These are all atomizers, and we just call them tanks. See, this one's a lot different. So your airflow on the sides there. It's got a bit of a deeper cut, and you just lay your put your cotton through, and you tuck it down in there. I have a couple of building videos already kind of showing you that stuff. Well, wicking videos, my bad, wicking videos. This one does have a locking to it, so that's nice. But, you know, for me, drippers are pretty inconvenient. You gotta keep your bottle of juice with you all the time. You gotta drip through your mouthpiece all the time. And I don't know, I personally don't like that too much. They are really good, they're very flavorful. Lots of people still use these, but you know, they're just not as practical anymore. Then there's also something called an rdta. And that's what this is. This is the Brunhilde. I don't know how to say it that well, but y'all probably can't read that too good. Has an adjustable 510 pin, so you can put this on a hybrid mech if you would like. But so an rdta is an RDA. See that? See how that looks together? I know the lighting's probably crap, but this is this top bit, but then you have a tank. So, I'll show you. So this is the whole top cap. These do come apart. So this is the airflow control. This is the airflow chamber. This is the 810 drip tip. And you have your little rubbers in there to seal it. You just slide this back in. And all that does is control the airflow. See? That's all. Now this, let's see, come on, there we go. Now this is a bit of a different story here now. So you got your coils, that's where your wicks go. This tank has steel cables in it to help get the juice from the tank up to your cotton. Now in other models you won't have these, and you'll take your cotton and kind of push it down into the tank. So it's an RDA but with a tank. Lots of people really love these guys. I absolutely love this one. It is very enjoyable. Lots of flavor, big vapor. And it also, so it has the side airflows. This little pin here is where you put the juice. You see the, should be able to see them like teardrop things. And then this side, that is airflow through and up into this deck. So it's got 6 honeycombs on this post to hit the coils from this inner side out as well. On this, you'll have the keyhole, so you can turn that middle bit off if you would like or not. I always keep mine open though, because I like a big open tank. But again, that's a rdta. Then my personal favorites are RTAs. So this is just a rebuildable tank atomizer. So with these, this one's actually wicked up, ready to go. So with these, that's your little juice flow hole there. You got your deck, you got your airflows. This one is a dual airflow controlled unit. This one is the Fatality 30 limited edition with an Ultim tank, Ultim drip tip. That kind of stuff is more for your nerdy vapors. But you see it's got this hole here. That's where the juice from the tank touches your cup. You see how that is? So them two will line up. This tank is pretty nice, so and then you back it off. So if you've wicked it too thin, you can tighten that juice flow control up. That way it doesn't leak out on you. Lots of other tanks don't have that kind of stuff there though. And then I personally use an RTA. This one does not have any kind of juice flow control, so if it's too thin or anything like that, it will leak out of the bottom airflow control. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they will leak. They're not too forgiving. So you kind of got to know what you're doing with your wicks. And then for the very last tank, oh wait, there's another thing I should mention, is a squonk box. So a squonk box is actually a mod that has a bottle in it, and you would squeeze that bottle, it pushes the juice up and goes into the tank. You swap this pin out for a squonk pin, which is a hollowed 510 pin, and then you can just sit there. Oh man, it's dry. Squeeze that. This will start filling up a little bit. You release. It sucks the juice back down in it, and you're ready to vape again. Those are the ultimate get-bys, so you can have the best flavor, less aggravation, and very convenient style mod. Then you have boro tanks or boro devices. So those are a whole thing. This is one style boro mod. This is the Tycoon 21700. It's your battery cap, you know. So you put your batteries in. This is the tank. Yeah, the tank's inside the mod. Pretty sick. But this one also has those cables in there. Now these are specifically made for boro devices. You can't use this on your regular mods because they don't come with this little guy here. This is just a 510 adapter so you can build on it. But it's got little footies. And you see there's no very, very thin pin. And this is where you're getting into a bit of the high dollars kind of stuff. This one is a single coil. And these are boro tanks, and boro is, I don't know how to say it too good, but borosilicate glass in a way. But all it essentially means is a mod made with its own proprietary tank. You slide that in there. I don't have my drip tip with me right now, but you put this in like that. You see how it lines up in there? Maybe? Yeah. And then you take this glass piece off and rip that open and fill it up. But these are proprietary. These only work with boro mods. And those are all the different style tanks. So you've got sub-ohm, takes pre-built coil heads by a company, sub-ohm. Then you have your RDA, rebuildable dripping atomizer. This is these guys, no glass or nothing like that. You can screw these on, all of these you can screw on any of these mods except for the boro, but you can just put any one you want on there, and as long as you know your ohms and everything, you're safe. These mods, they'll tell you, oh, there's a short or something like that, But any tank with 510 thread will fit any mod. The only thing that you don't want to do is put things like sub-ohm tanks on mech mods. Because when you put a pre-made coil in here, this is not a set pin. So when you're cranking that button down, pushing the battery onto the base, it'll squeeze together, short the battery out, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants a short in 2026 for a battery. These are the best. This gets a little better, and these are my personal favorites. These are RTA. The last one was rdta. And yeah, if you like this video, you like it. If you don't, well, you know, I'm used to that. But y'all have a great day. This has been a Mr.Rutty educational purposes only video. Keep on vaping. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!